Daily Bible reading, Ezekiel chapter 43. Then he led me to a gate, the gate that faced east. And there, coming from the east, with a roar like the roar of the mighty waters, was the presence of the God of Israel. And the earth was lit up by his presence. The vision was like the vision I had seen when I came to destroy the city, the very same vision that I had seen by the Chebar Canal. Forthwith I fell on my face. The presence of the Lord entered the temple by the gate that faced eastward. A spirit carried me into the inner court, and lo, the presence of the Lord filled the temple. And I heard speech addressed to me from the temple, though the man was standing beside me. It said to me, O mortal, this is the place of my throne, and the place for the soles of my feet, where I will dwell in the midst of the people Israel forever. The house of Israel and their kings must not again defile my holy name by their apostasy and by the corpses of their kings at their death. When they placed their threshold next to my threshold, and their doorposts next to my doorposts, with only a wall between me and them, they would defile my holy name by the abominations that they committed, and I consumed them in my anger. Therefore let them put their apostasy and the corpses of their kings far from me, and I will dwell among them forever. Now you, O mortal, describe the temple to the house of Israel, and let them measure its design, but let them be ashamed of their iniquities. When they are ashamed of all they have done, make known to them the plan of the temple and its layout, its exits and entrances, its entire plan, and all the laws and instructions pertaining to its entire plan. Write it down before their eyes that they may faithfully follow its entire plan and all its laws. Such are the instructions for the temple on top of the mountain. The entire area of its enclosure shall be most holy. Thus far the instructions for the temple. And these are the dimensions of the altar, in cubits, where each is a cubit and a handbreadth. The trench shall be a cubit deep and a cubit wide, with a rim 1 span high around its edge. And the height shall be as follows: from the trench in the ground to the lower ledge, which shall be a cubit wide, 2 cubits from the lower ledge to the upper ledge, which shall likewise be a cubit wide, 4 cubits. And the height of the altar hearth shall be 4 cubits, with 4 horns projecting upward from the hearth, 4 cubits. Now the hearth shall be 12 cubits long and 12 broad, square, with 4 equal sides. Hence the upper base shall be 14 cubits broad, with 4 equal sides. The surrounding rim shall be half a cubit high, and the surrounding trench shall measure 1 cubit, and the ramp shall face east. Then he said to me, O mortal, thus said the Lord God, these are the directions for the altar on the day it is erected, so that burnt offerings may be offered upon it and blood dashed against it. You shall give to the Levitical priests, who are of the stock of Zadok, and so eligible to minister to me, declares the Lord God, a young bull of the herd for a sin offering. You shall take some of its blood and apply it to the 4 horns of the altar, to the 4 corners of the base, and to the surrounding rim. Thus you shall purge it and perform purification upon it. Then you shall take the bull of sin offering and burn it into the designated areas of the temple outside the sanctuary. On the following day you shall offer a goat without blemish as a sin offering, and the altar shall be purged with it just as it was purged with the bull. When you have completed the ritual of purging, You shall offer a bull of the herd without blemish, and a ram of the flock without blemish. Offer them to the Lord. Let the priests throw salt on them and offer them as a burnt offering to the Lord. Every day for 7 days you shall present a goat of sin offering, as well as a bull of the herd and a ram of the flock. You shall present unblemished ones. 7 days they shall purge the altar and cleanse it. Thus shall it be consecrated. And when these days are over, then from the 8th day onward, the priests shall offer your burnt offerings and your offerings of well-being on the altar, and I will extend my favor to you, declares the Lord God.